proudly presents Mr. Timmie Rogers as Super Soul Brother, alias Clark Dark.
Wow! My name is Super Soul Brother, and I'm going to tell you all about the history of soul. Soul is a deep feeling down inside you. Once you get it, you know you got it. And when you got it, you can't forget it. It never stops moving. It keeps going around and around and around inside your body. It never stops. Black people call this feeling soul. White people call it acid indigestion. Oh yeah! But there's nothing new about soul. Soul has been here since the beginning of time. As a matter of fact, the first caveman was a soul brother. Who else would kill a dinosaur and barbecue the ribs? Woo! Robin Hood, another soul brother. He used to rob from the rich and give to the poor. Today, we call it welfare. Woo! And old Christopher Columbus had to be a soul brother. That's why Queen Isabella said to Christopher, go to India and bring back some spices. Without salt and pepper, these chitlins don't taste like nothing. Woo! Oh yeah! And old Benjamin Franklin had to be a soul brother. One day he said to his granddaughter, Aretha, he said, stop that singing and help me get this damn kite in the air. Woo! And we have some very famous soul inventors too. Eli Whitney invented the first cotton gin so all of his soul brothers could stop picking it and start drinking it. Oh yeah! And Marconi had to be a soul brother. He invented the first radiating moment that must have been when Marconi leaned over, turned on the switch, and heard these immortal words. Holy mackerel, Andy, it's the kingfish. Woo! And in conclusion, we're going to have the first soul comic book hero. Faster than a Harlem slumlord on the first of the month. Able to leap over a restricted neighborhood in a single bound. More powerful than Harry Belafonte's bank book. In New York, look up in the sky, flying over 125th Street and 7th Avenue. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Super Soul Brother. Who in reality is meek, mild-mannered Clark Dark, a reporter from Jet Magazine. Stepping into a nearby phone booth, he takes off his 8-button Edwardian suit, climbs into his bell-bottom leotards, puts on his Black Panther skin cape and alligator shoes, and says the magic word that gives him superpower. Afro! A for Adam Clayton Powell. F for freedom. R for Ray Charles. And O for, oh yeah! That was a history of soul. Told to you by Super Soul Brother, alias Clark Dark. Oh yeah! Woo! Oh yeah! Woo! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! This is Clark Dark, the bright light of the jet set, your ace reporter for Jet Magazine, bringing you an exclusive interview with the man who uncovered the biggest political scandal of all time, Watergate, on the night of June 17th, 1972. The night watchman at the Watergate Hotel noticed that something strange was happening, and he single-handedly, by accident, discovered that members of the committee to re-elect the president were attempting to place wiretaps into the national offices of the Democratic Party. And on top of that, this mother was a black brother. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Sir, excuse me, but you were responsible for the arrest of the Watergate burglars. Now, just what led to your discovery of the break-in?
Well, I was cool making my night rounds, you understand. When I opened the front door, yeah, and I saw a little piece of tape on the lock to keep it from locking, you know?
And you knew then that something was wrong?
Didn't I? I mean, that's one of our oldest tricks. Yeah, but I knew this time that it wasn't no brothers.
How is that?
The tape was still on the roll. I said to myself, somebody's in a lot of trouble. On the other hand, my cufflinks didn't agree.
Your cufflinks didn't agree?
Yeah, they said things would be okay if nobody screwed up. But then my belt buckle wasn't sure about that.
Your belt buckle wasn't sure about that?
Yeah, my belt buckle said to shut up and work fast before somebody gets caught. Then my afro hair comb started cussing at my cufflinks. Then my charm bracelet told my afro hair comb where it could go. my wristwatch got a big laugh out of that. But my pinky ring told him to shut up. This was no laughing matter. Then my cufflinks challenged my charm bracelet to a fight, you dig? Then they all started cussing at each other till my nail clippers told everybody shut up and get to work.
Well, that sounds to me like the Republicans had placed wiretaps on you. What did you do then?
I told myself to leave me alone. Then I called the fuzz.
Sir, I was just wondering if anyone in the Republican Party made any attempts to keep you from testifying about what you saw.
Well, yeah, somebody called me and offered me a job if I denied what I saw.
What was that job?
Secretary of State. Yeah, but I told him to forget it.
Well, why is that?
No way I'm going to take a step down from being night watchman.
Yeah, I see your point. Just one more question, sir. Where do you see yourself in history?
Well, I look at it this way, bruh. The Republicans bugged the Democrats at Watergate, but I am the dude that bugged the Republicans. And he who bugs last bugs best.
This is Clark Dark for Jet Magazine. Oh, yeah. This is a rap session, and my name is Clark Dark. And when I talk about the problems of the world, I know, because I have spent my whole life living in the ghetto, world's largest ghetto, Harlem, New York. And you all know what the ghetto is. The ghetto is a cultural center for the economic underclass. Oh, yeah! Wait, maybe I can explain that better. The ghetto is a sociological gathering place for the lower echelons. Wait, maybe I can explain that even better than that. The ghetto is, it's a slum. That's what it is. If they gave out ratings to neighborhoods, mine would be rated R. R stands for rat. The only movie star who ever came out of my neighborhood was Willard. Oh, yeah? The ghetto is a tough place to live, and you can't get a taxi cab from downtown to go up there because they're all afraid. That's why they call them the yellow cab company. They see black, they turn yellow. You see, I don't mind when the cabs don't stop me downtown because I expect that. But when you see a subway go by that has a sign that says off duty, then you know you in trouble. Oh, yeah! Yeah. My wife keeps nagging me. She say, let's get out of the ghetto and move downtown to one of those fine, fancy Park Avenue buildings where the fancy ladies walk their French poodles. I said, well, if you feel jealous, why don't you go outside and walk your roach? He's big enough. This morning I bought him a leash. You see, the big problem in the ghetto is robbery. If they can touch it, they'll clutch it. If they can feel it, they'll steal it. And if it turns them on, by dawn, it's gone. And one more thing. On Park Avenue, they got doormen to keep away the burglars. But in my building, the doorman is the burglar. It's nice to get robbed by somebody you know. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! So to be on the safe side, I put a double lock on the door, and they got in. I put a triple lock on the door, and they got in and took the door. And then I got desperate, and I put 4 locks on my door and 6 locks on my wife. And you know what? They opened both. Oh, yeah! Which is more than I've been doing lately. Oh, yeah!
And now, Clark Dark checks out the college students.
Yeah, things can be pretty wild on the campus today. I happened to be over on one college campus last week, and a real tough kid came up to me wearing an afro haircut, a dashiki, and on his arm he had a copy of Elridge Cleaver's new book, and saying things like, "Right on, baby, right on." And he was white. And then a demonstration broke out, and I saw a college kid wearing a bulletproof vest, and a midget shot him in the ass. Oh, yeah! This is Clark Dark, alias Super Soul Brother, with a special bulletin for all Super Soul brothers and sisters. Be on the lookout for drug pushers, dope fiends, smack addicts, coke snorters, banana smokers, pill poppers, and goofball hoppers, glue sniffers, and roach whiffers, freaks on speed and the evil weed, uppers and downers, and spaced out frowners, trip takers, and brownie bakers. Watch out, because I'm here to tell you now that the time has come to run out the pushers. The drug racket can pack it. It's time to stop sticking things in your veins. Don't shoot that stuff in your arms. The only thing we should have in our arms is each other. Now, that's a trip. Uppers, downers, everywhere I go, I see people popping uppers in the alley. You might as well be getting popped with an upper by Muhammad Ali. Oh, yeah! Either way, you are dead. Now, pills ought to be taken to get rid of a headache. Uppers and downers not only get rid of the ache, they get rid of the entire head. Now, you can fill your life with speed, but speed makes you go faster than you want to. So fast that everything is over and there's nothing left to do. You can fly with speed, but you fly right by your own future. Now, you seen Superfly getting high, Johnny Shaft busting graft, but you ain't seen nothing until you see Super Soul Brother go after any mother who's got something to shoot, sniff, or smoke. When the push comes to shove, it's the pusher who can shove it and get shoved away. Take my advice. Don't take any vice. That's the only vice you need. Now put that in your pipe and smoke it. Oh, yeah! Excuse me, where do I go to see about a bank loan?
Why, you've come to the right place. I'm Mr. Perkins, your personal loan officer. May I take this opportunity to welcome you to Himmler Savings and Loan, the Bank of Argentina. A good place for you to hide your money. Now, just what kind of loan do you want? We have many types.
Gee, I'm not sure. Could I see a menu?
Very clever, Mr.
Clark Dark.
Clark Dark. First name?
Clark.
Clark? Clark Doc? Unusual type name, sort of like Chris Christopherson. Clark?
No. The name is Clark Doc. One Clark for one Doc.
Okie dokie. Dokie.
Watch it, Whitey.
Now then, Mr. Doc, do you have collateral?
Not much since I cut out starches like rice and potatoes.
Another funny, Clarky. Let me just look up your credit rating here. Just see what your history is. Oh, excellent, Mr. Doc. According to our records, you're a credit to your rate. Get it? Credit to your rate?
Yeah, I've gotten it before.
Oh, no. When borrowing at Himmler, we want you not to think of us as a bank, but as your friend.
That's fine, because I owe all my friends.
Yes. Now then, how much did you plan to borrow?
Well, I did and still plan to borrow $500.
$500, wonderful. Now, let me tell you briefly about our repayment plans. You may pay your loan back in monthly installments, weekly installments, daily installments, hourly installments, up to the minute installments, or you may pay the entire $500 back before you leave the bank. And of course, Mr. Doc, there is the little matter of interest, you know.
Just how much interest?
Oh, I'm sure you'll find the rates very reasonable. You just pay 1.5% of the net figure, compounded on the gross figure of the figure you originally borrowed per annum.
Man, just how much do I actually pay back?
Only $47,683.23. And if you choose to pay our easily monthly payment, you just pay back $6 a month for the next 348 years. Unless you should happen to die during that time, wherein the responsibility for the payment will automatically revert to the immediate succession of your next 3 1/3 generations. Not to mention our even more economical missed payment plan.
Missed payment plan?
Oh, yes. One of our more popular plans with, should we say, the minorities. After you miss just one payment, you will pay only 1/2 of what you normally would each month after that.
Just 1/2? What happens to the other half?
It pays your hospital bills for the missing payment.
Oh, no! Oh, yeah! Yeah! I met her in Florida. It's fly. I kissed her in Georgia. It's jive. Married in Louisiana. It's live. And I settled in Pennsylvania, which is pop. So I call my baby Fly Jalapa and I know you're not crazy about the idea, but in just a few minutes, I'm going to go out there on the stage of the Apollo Theater, and I'm not the least bit nervous.
I'm not surprised. It don't take no nerve to be a fool.
A fool? Here I am about to perform in front of 2,000 brothers and sisters.
Yeah, just... Here it is, a new dance, the snake hips, done by a funky chicken.
Chicken? Flagelapa? This could be the biggest thing since the twist. Don't you believe in me, honey?
Baby, when it comes to believing in you, I'm a confirmed atheist.
Oh, Flagelapa, where's your faith in me, honey?
Missing in action. The last time it was heard from, it didn't leave no forwarding address.
Oh, honey, I think you're being unfair. Here I've taken you from the surroundings of poverty, marrying you, gotten you a job as a reporter, and provided you with a home.
Yeah, from rags to roaches.
Oh, Flagelapa, honey, I'm sorry you feel that way about me, but I got to go now. They're calling me on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, kissers and huggers, lovers and snugglers, welcome to the world-famous Apollo Theater. The theater that gave you Ella Fitzgerald, Miss Nancy Wilson, Billy Eckstein, the divine Sarah Vaughan. Uh-oh, I take that back. We didn't give them to you. You paid to get in here. Tonight, for the first time anywhere, and possibly the last time anywhere, the Apollo presents that well-known bright light of the jet set, the rage of the black page, the #1 reporter for Jet magazine. You know him better as Clark Dark. And he's doing his brand new dance, the Snake Hips.
Snake hips, you got snake hips, baby. Snake hips, you got snake hips. You got snake hips and juicy lips. Your sexy eyes, ooh, they hypnotize. But from your waist down, you are so profound. Oh yeah, you got snake hips, baby. You got snake hips. You got snake hips, baby. You got snake hips. You got snake hips, baby. You got snake hips. Oh yeah. And you're 5'8", ain't you? And all that's great. Oh, and your body's fine. Woo. Like Georgia pine. Oh yeah. But your gluteus maximus, oh, is so miraculous. Oh yeah. You got snake hips, baby. You got snake hips. You got snake hips, baby. You got snake hips. You got snake hips, baby. You got snake hips. Oh yeah. Oh, do your snake hip dance. Oh, shake it, baby. Shake it, but don't break it. Twist it to and fro until the breezes blow. Oh, just look at them hips. What measurements? 38 and 2. That means you are 40 with me. Oh yeah. And you're so blasé. Really? In a super way. Oh, and when your hips eclipse, good Lord, woo, honey drips.
This is television station WITE White, presenting the new cooking show, The Hot Pot, interviewing Clark Dark.
For years, white people in the South have been eating what is now referred to as soul food. And that was okay by me. And now soul food is a booming business. And you can find restaurants that specialize in soul food in all the best parts of town. And some of the names really kill me, the way they try to sound stuck up and hip at the same time. Names like Chez Crawford La Fonda del Soul Brother. And I hear there's a new soul food takeout place with a slogan, "Don't cook tonight," called Chitlin' Delight. Oh yeah! And since it has become so fashionable for white people to eat soul food, the whites figure, why invite black people? We're serving soul food. Isn't that enough black representation? Or why invite the Booker T. Washingtons, dear? I'm serving a fat back omelet. And I pity the poor white liberal who ends up at a cocktail party where they're serving soul food. Just imagine trying to make polite small talk with a ham hock. The reason why we're not getting invited to white parties is because they don't want us to see them eating soul food. Not that they are ashamed of eating soul food, they just don't want us to see them eating it. And I can't blame them. Just think about what soul food is. Neck bones, greasy, messy gumbos, drippy, sloppy pig's feet. It's hard to eat that stuff if you're white. You can't use no knife and fork on no neck bone. Many a men, in their own stupidity, have tried to tackle the neck bone with a knife and fork, and few, if any, have returned. So why should any self-respecting white man want a black man to see him eating soul food? It would blow his whole thing. You can't rule no entire race of people, subject them to the continuation of century-old abuses, and remain superior with spoon-bread drippings all over your face? And how about those poor old sophisticated white women? It's hard to be dainty while sucking the fat off a juicy pig's foot. Oh yeah! Just give me to me. Just let me get my hands on him. Oh, never mind the feathers. Just bring me some chicken back. Oh, Lord have mercy. Love that chicken back. Amen. This is Clark Dark calling in my feature story on inflation before my 3 minutes are up.
Your 3 minutes are up.
I just started. Boy, inflation has even affected phone calls.
When you're hot, you're hot.
Headline, inflation worldwide. I went to Rome, Italy for a vacation and got broke over there. And they say when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So I robbed an American. Oh, yeah! This is Clark Dark for Jet Magazine.
Mr. President, Super Soul Brothers here to see you.
Come in, Super Soul Brother.
Thank you for seeing me, Mr. President. I come to you today as the official representative of soul.
And I heartily welcome you. I think you Koreans are a wonderful people.
Mr. President, that's not the soul I'm talking about. I'm talking about black soul, a feeling that reflects the pride and beauty of our people. That soul, and this country should put people like this in its government.
You're so right. And if you Koreans can do it, there's no reason why we can't.
Mr. President, I don't mean to shock you, but I'm not Korean. I'm black.
I see. Well, I'm a man who doesn't see color. When it comes to the races, I just don't see anything.
You can say that again.
When it comes to the races, I just don't see anything.
Mr. President, I don't want to take up any more of your time, but I think it would be to your advantage to bring some blackness to your government at the highest level.
I agree. And if I have my way, there'll be more blacks in both houses of government.
Both houses? You mean the House and the Senate?
No, Key Biscayne and San Clemente. But Super Soul Brother, you're absolutely right. Get me the phone. Get me the Pentagon. This is the president. I want to make this perfectly clear. I want this effective immediately. I'm bringing some blackness to my government. Have the Secretary of Defense grow an afro and get him a couple of white girls.
I don't know why the Republicans wanted to bug the Democratic headquarters in the first place. They were so far ahead in the polls. Nixon and Agnew had the confidence of their party. They had the confidence of the Congress. They had the confidence of big business. And now some people are saying they are two of the biggest confidence men this country has ever had. Oh, yeah!
Hello, Colonel Halfbright. This is Colonel Eustace B. Huckster. It has come to our attention that a mysterious force is loose somewhere in outer space. A situation of grave gravity may exist for this country. Our only hope is for someone to go up there and investigate this strange force. And that someone is Super Soul Brother, who is now in the space capsule at Cape Canaveral and ready for blastoff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This is Super Soul Brother calling ground control at Houston. Can y'all hear me?
This is ground control in Houston. Come in, Super Soul Brother. Have you seen anything?
No, but there is a problem. There's no heat in here, no hot water, and the pipes are leaking. Can you explain this?
Just trying to make you feel at home. This is ground control in Houston. Super Soul Brother. Super Soul Brother, come in, please. What do you see?
I don't see nothing. I looked around and looked around, and as it turned out, there was nothing to worry about. Just another typical government operation. Overreaction and under reflection. The country was saved from any new threats and can now go back to being afraid of the old things like democracy, humanity, and racial harmony. I'm ready for a splashdown.
On behalf of the entire nation, Super Soul Brother, I welcome you back to the land of the brave and the home of the free.
Thank you, my Super Soul brothers and sisters and my fellow Americans. I must say that when I came out of the water and saw your smiling faces, I was deeply touched. I was sent up in space to see about an enemy that might destroy this country. And I can safely say that there's no enemy up there. But there is an enemy down here, fear. The fear to love for fear of not being loved back. The fear to give for fear of not receiving. The fear to live for fear of dying. This will never be a real land of the free if we aren't brave enough not to be afraid. If we're not brave enough to be free. And as sure as I'm standing here, I am afraid that we can't go on like this any longer. If the world should end tomorrow, have you lived enough today? Has each hour been fully tasted? Or merely wasted away? Have you climbed your highest mountain? Have you crossed some unknown streams? Or you just another dreamer who has no time left for dreams? Turn around and it's over. How the time rushes on. Yes, turn around and it's over. The moments that you had is gone. If the world should end tomorrow, live today. If the world should end tomorrow, can you kneel down and pray? Give thanks and say, I've lived and loved today. Give thanks and say, I've lived